Well, guys, you know the one sound that Josette hopes she doesn't hear at a moment like that? Beep, 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 beep. The leader of the Dog Pound, the Mr. 200%, Olivencia, is out here. Thinks that he should be the rightful OVW heavyweight champion. We're going to find out.
Jamin Olivencia, so close to greatness, to grabbing that brass ring at the Saturday Night Special. After 7 years in OVW, he was literally a half second away from the difference of him being the challenger and the champion in this match. Can he get there again, guys? Can he push past the naysayers, the mind games, and reach into an area that he has never been before? Will Jamin be the champion by the end of the night?
Kenny, now you thought it was Spade that was victorious.
Yes, I did.
I thought it was Olivencia.
You did.
And obviously the controversy writes itself, because from my vantage point, it was Olivencia. From your vantage point, it was Spade. The film shows that. That's obviously why Trailer Park Trash has had to do what he did.
Well, bottom line, Olivencia is getting another shot, and that's at least what he wanted. So, Spade shouldn't have to be defending this belt, in my opinion.
Blue Johnny Spade, the purest definition of a fighting champion. He has hit his stride 14 years into his career, but with that, every match gets a little bit harder as more and more people seem to knock him off the top of the mountain. Can he use that now as momentum? Like a wounded animal, is he more dangerous at this point in time than ever before? Let's go to Ron Head for the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our television main event of the evening. It is a title match for the OVW Heavyweight Championship, scheduled for one fall with TV time remaining. Our referee appointed to this title match, Jordan Barker. Introducing first, the challenger from Buffalo, New York. Weighing in tonight at 207 pounds, he is the #1 contender for the OVW Heavyweight Championship, Jamin Olivencia.
I tell you what, Delbert, that was as motivational a speech as I've ever heard.
His opponent
hang on
from
here.
Louisville, Kentucky.
We'll listen for the Gipper.
Weighing in at 212 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending OVW Heavyweight Champion, Smooth Johnny Spade.
I know what a consummate professional you are in that speech, man. I know it come off the top of your head, but I swear it sounded like you read it off a Fox 41 teleprompter. That was great.
My job to be that good, ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding, just kidding.
No wonder you get all the Emmys.
Jordan Ray Barker is the official in this match. You'll remember that Jordan was the one that said Jamin won at the Saturday Night Special. How does that play into the rematch here? To what lengths will these two men go to walk out with the gold? Bell sounds, we're ready to go, Dean.
Well, if we thought that we had a referee out here, Sharp or this gentleman, that had an agenda, a dog in this fight, so to speak, no pun intended with Olivencia, I can see your point. But these are professional referees. No matter who we had out here, they're going to do their best to call it right down the middle. So I don't think there's an issue here.
But one was assigned to the match, the other was not.
Notice something. Notice there's a Band-Aid or some kind of bandage on Jamin Olivencia's head. They got into a little scrape in the beginning.
Right.
At the top of the show, Dean.
That's what you call a little scrape, huh?
Jamin
little scrapes are when you and Valerie Chen fight over a news report. That was more than a little scrape.
Opened up, focus on the matter of hand, Kenny. Into the cover here. Spade trying to put him away quickly.
Yeah, of course, our situation was Chris Sharp was the original and official referee. When Chris got knocked out, Jordan came in. He became the official referee. He got knocked out, and then Sharp came back in. So at that point, like Traylor said at the very beginning, Gilbert, when you opened up the show, it became a gray area at that point. And I think, Traylor's doing the only thing that OVW should do and could do in this situation. Put it back in right here, right now. Let's get this solved.
It's not settled tonight. Will we get that answer? Who is the OVW heavyweight champion?
Or you could have took the referee's decision who was assigned to the match and let it be and move on. You could have done that.
Right across the ring, shoulder tackle. Won by Olivencia.
Olivencia going for the standing O.
We saw this before. We saw this Saturday night. They tried to go for their finisher as quickly as possible. They're not worried about trying to soften anybody up. They're worried about just trying to knock it out of the park right now.
Speaking of knocking out, you do realize that a referee is only supposed to run in and involve itself in the match if a referee is knocked out and out of the match.
So Sharp was knocked out. That's why Jordan came out.
No, obviously wasn't the case because Sharp was there for the 3 count.
Sharp came back too, Kenny, after Jordan got knocked out. You had a situation where both officials were knocked out. They both came back too, and so they were both, I guess, officiating the match at that point.
Jordan should have left when he saw that Sharp was back in control.
Kenny, when you're knocked out, it's not for life. Right now, the opportunity with Olivencia on top. Olivencia back into the corner by Spade.
Now, the guys, they've had 7 days. 7 days to marinate, 7 days to think about the Saturday night special.
What they did wrong, what they did right.
What do you think goes through Smooth Johnny Spade and Jamin Olivencia's mind in that week?
I think Spade's the kind of person who just sat and thought about it. I mean, he sees it all clearly in his mind. He's got a very calculated mind. Olivencia is the guy that watched the tape. He studied the tape just like John Elway, just like Peyton Manning getting ready for the NFL season. I can tell you right now, Johnny Spade already knows in his mind what he wants to change. Olivencia studied it. That's the only difference between these two. Oh, what an elbow!
And Spade goes back to the grind on Olivencia. So it'll be interesting after they've had time to think about it, after they've had time to marinate, after they had time to review the tape, Dean, if they will change the plan of attack, change the method of offense in this encounter.
And you know that we saw this, Gilbert. I know you're remembering this. I can see it in your mind. We saw exactly this strategy from Johnny Spade at the Saturday night special. That front headlock, putting the weight on top of Olivencia, trying to wear him down. We mentioned that this isn't going to be about somebody pulling something out of the trick bag that the other one has never seen. This is about having the stamina at that time to get the heck out of the way when it's coming.
Well, the plan of Smooth Johnny Spade, how many times have we said that Jamin Olivencia is high octane? How many times have we said that Jamin is 200%? So if you can ground him a little bit and make him suck air, that seems to be the plan of attack for the smooth one, Johnny Spade.
Nearly put Spade into cheap seats.
I'll tell you what, opportunity, let's take it right now if we can, because we want to get as much of this as we can show you. Let's take a break right now. And Jamin Olivencia waiting patiently for about 5 seconds for Smooth Johnny Spade to get back up into the ring. Couldn't stand it anymore, and Jamin Olivencia went out to bring Spade. Spade saw him coming, and that's got you caught up to where we are right now.
Didn't work out in Olivencia's favor going out to the floor and trying to get Spade. Spade used the opportunity to turn the tide here. And Kenny, I'm going to bring this to you. You've managed a lot of superstars in that ring. Have you seen this situation before? And if you were managing both Olivencia and Spade, what would be your words of wisdom right now?
If I were managing the two of them, I would tell one to capitalize on the other one's mistake. Wait for a mistake, then capitalize, because when emotions are this high, one of them is going to make a mistake, I promise you.
You talk about the emotions in this matchup. You had Smooth Johnny Spade revealing the failed drug test of Jamin Olivencia, revealing that his focus, questioning if his focus was really in the ring, Dean, as he went out and did reality shows, as he went out and did theater productions. And then you had Jamin Olivencia talking about the dark secrets of Johnny Spade, the death of his father due to substance abuse issues. How do those mind games play into this match?
It plays in 150%. Olivencia with an opportunity created right here, because until that moment, there was a degree of respect. Yes, you want to take this man down, you want to pin him, you want to be the champion. It's all about being the champion in professional wrestling. Simple as that. How much you respect somebody, how much he may have been a friend at one point, it all goes out the window at that point. But there was respect between these two until Olivencia and Spade decided to reveal those secrets, those things that only one or two friends in the locker room may have known. At that point, everything went out the window, and that's why we are at the point we're at now.
You brought up the point right there. Everything went out the window. All respect went out the door, because both of these guys are trying to advance to the top of the wrestling business, and when that's at stake, respect is gone, especially with these two, especially with what they revealed on each other.
Right now, Olivencia with the opportunity, with the advantage. Smooth Johnny on his back, swinging up. trying to boot himself out of the problem. Olivencia holding on to that left foot and working on that hamstring. Oh, man, talk about working on the hamstring.
And I know what Olivencia says is true. I know the story of Johnny Spade. I didn't feel it was my job to come out here and tell it. I didn't feel it was my job to come out here and tell it on television, but me and the Prince found Johnny Spade. He was pretty much down and out. He's been bouncing around, serving at restaurants. He was done. He wanted nothing to do with the wrestling business anymore. And
what an incredible story from being at that point in time to coming back to OVW. Like I said, he hit the mecca of his career.
That's the God's honest truth.
The stride of his career, 14 years into it.
Well, just as Michael Hayes used wrestling in OVW to get his mind back into the real world.
Gave him purpose.
Exactly. Smooth Johnny Spade decided to use professional wrestling, go back to his roots, go back to the basics, is exactly what he's done, and it's turned his life around, and it's made him the heavyweight champion. It made him the man that saved OVW in the big steel cage match. Made him the man who was worthy to have the brand new title put around his waist.
But is that title in jeopardy right now?
Yes.
As Spade on his stomach, Olivencia grinding in on that half crab, stretching out the hamstring, stretching out the knee, torquing it in ways it's not supposed to go.
And I guess that's one of the reasons that I have a soft spot in my heart for Johnny Spade. Number one, he is one of the old school originals. Number two, I did see him at his lowest point. And number three, this man went from the lowest point to where he was ready to quit, didn't even know if he wanted to live anymore, to becoming the OVW heavyweight champion. How many people can tell that story? Man ought to be featured on Fox 41.
The champ showing he's got some fight left in. Olivencia, ever wise, going right back to the attack. Into the cover. Is this going to do it? Spade out.
Smooth Johnny Spade showing the heart still. Olivencia has been concentrating on that left leg. Very, very smart. Maybe even trying to hook it up into a figure four right here. Can he get it synced in?
He's got it.
I can tell from his vantage point.
He's got it sunk in. Olivencia
completely
grinding in that figure four.
Something else I'll point out to you is I guarantee you that not only Olivencia but other wrestlers in the back can't stand it that he has come from so far down to pass them up and rise to the top, and I guarantee it eats at their craw.
Right now, Smooth Johnny Spade knows that there is one way out of this. He has to turn into the pain. That's the hardest thing in the world to do. He has to turn into the pain to get out of this, to roll it over, to get Olivencia face down and turn the pain into Olivencia.
A fight like this so soon after the Saturday night special. Again, it goes back to a game of stamina, conditioning, and who's the better of the two.
These two OVW superstars are going through the biggest thing in their wrestling career.
Johnny's turned it.
But we have to take a break. We are just seconds away from taking a break. Go, guys, go when you have to, but we'll keep the cameras rolling. The pain was intense. Spade was able to crawl like a man through the desert over to get to the bottom rope to force the break. Olivencia, however, with the fact that he had it turned over, was pretty much happy for them to force that break, that figure four that we had, and they've been going at it like wild dogs ever since they came out of that.
OVW heavyweight title on the line here. It's Jamin Olivencia and Smooth Johnny Spade. After a controversial, questionable finish to the Saturday night special, the director of operations, Frank Miller, Trailer Park Trash, after reviewing the tape, set the rematch for right here. The title has been held up, so who tonight walks away with the gold? Olivencia all the way up, knocking Smooth Johnny Spade.
But Spade is still up, and he's still got his senses, so don't count him out yet.
Dangerous territory, dangerous position for Spade to be in right now. Olivencia,
well, I thought he had his senses, maybe
200%. Thousands of matches here in Davis Arena. Is this his moment? Is this his night? Or will Spade?
He landed it.
Who connects with the drop kick, but can he capitalize now?
This far into the match, I didn't know if he would be able to extend that far to reach that drop kick, but
and you see
he got him.
You see Smooth Johnny Spade, grabbing that leg.
Yes,
wasting,
he was.
I don't know if you say wasting, but precious seconds escaping here, Dean.
This is what this is about. This is what this is about. Smooth Johnny Spade. If I'm seeing this right, Smooth Johnny Spade is injured. He doesn't care. He isn't going to just give this up. He isn't going to just walk away. Smooth Johnny Spade, if I'm reading the look on his face right, if I'm reading the way he's grabbing, he's got an injury to his left leg. Olivencia.
Cover. Is that going to do it? It is.
Olivencia does want. I know that he may not in a normal situation want to take advantage of this, but how can he not? This is for the OVW heavyweight title. Smooth Johnny Spade wants desperately to keep it. I mean, it's obvious. A lesser man would lay down right now. A lesser man would just come back to fight another day.
Whoa! Olivencia tried to beat him with the super kick, but Smooth Johnny Spade out and scattered 1, 2, and 3.
Oh!
How can Spade do that with what I think is the injury? I may be wrong, but better than it, I may be right. Smooth Johnny Spade, the heart, the drive, that shows you what it means to be the heavyweight champion. You don't want to give that up. And Smooth Johnny Spade, if in fact he is virtually walking wounded right now, is going to do anything he can do. Watching how he's favoring that. Can he get back up? Look, all the pressure on the right. And still he runs through it. He's still
digging deep.
Amazing.
He is digging deep right now. Dean hits that far side rope. You got to wonder how Jamin, or how Johnny, is even able to stand rather.
Johnny's got a little mojo back.
Oh, right there is the hardest thing. Picking a man up, putting the extra load on your body. And Smooth Johnny, he's trying to work it out. You see him, he's trying to work it out. Is it a muscle cramp? Is it a Charlie horse, same thing, obviously. Is it perhaps a crack? Olivencia takes him out.
Whatever it was, it just got worse.
You know, we talked Saturday night during the Saturday night special about whether or not the match that they had at Derby Park Expo 5 was the biggest match they ever had.
Right.
And we said no, because what happened here at Davis Arena, and you had to be here to see it, folks, was the biggest match they ever had.
Are they one-upping themselves right now?
You're reading my mind, my friend. You're reading my mind.
So you had Johnny Spade winning at Derby Park. Jamin Olivencia winning in a non-title match last week. A no contest, we'll call it the Saturday night special. This, the rubber match. Who walks away with the gold? Who is better, Jamin Olivencia or Smooth Johnny Spade?
And again, it's the situation of they're not going to pull out anything new. They're not going to pull out anything new. It's just, can you get out of the way of what you've seen before that's coming your way? Right now, I don't know if Johnny can.
Oh, that ain't new.
Was that a super kick? Was it a drop kick? Doesn't matter. Didn't work. Into the cover. 1, 2. New chance. No.
Looked like a reinforced super kick to me.
The heart of Smooth Johnny Spade. The heart of Jamin Olivencia. Evident right here. The biggest prize in Ohio Valley Wrestling, the heavyweight championship, lies in front of either one of these two young superstars.
Wow.
Who will be the first one to give up?
Well,
I'm telling you right now, I don't think either one of them is going to be the first one to give up.
This one's broken or loose. This is a brawl. What?